If you've ever wondered if money truly buys happiness, or if some burdens are so heavy they can't be measured in dollars, then you're in the right place. This story isn't about rags to riches. It's about breaking free from a different kind of gilded cage. Before we unlock this tale, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. You won't want to miss a single truth revealed. My name is Sarah, and this is my story. From the outside, our lives were a carefully curated masterpiece. Growing up, my world was a whisper of silk dresses, the scent of expensive perfume, and the echo of polite laughter in rooms too grand for genuine warmth. Our family name opened every door, granted every wish. Private jets to summer in the Hamptons, winters skiing in Aspen, education at the most exclusive institutions. We were the epitome of having it all, or so everyone thought. But look closer, past the shimmering chandeliers and the meticulously manicured lawns. See the tight smiles that didn't quite reach my mother's eyes, the way my father's jaw was always clenched, even at the happiest family gatherings. I remember an afternoon, barely 10 years old, watching my grandmother, a woman of impeccable grace and terrifying power, stare out at the ocean from our cliffside estate. Her shoulders were rigid, and when she sighed, it wasn't peaceful. It was a sigh heavy with the weight of generations, a sound I'd come to know intimately. Even then, something about her posture, about the vastness of the sea before her, hinted at an unseen pressure, a quiet desperation that wealth couldn't touch. We had everything money could buy, but something vital was always missing, always just out of reach. The unspoken rules were simple: maintain appearances, never air dirty laundry, and above all, prioritize the family legacy. It wasn't just money, it was the name, the institution we were born into. I watched my older brother, Michael, buckle under the pressure, forced into a career he loathed, slowly losing the spark that once made him laugh. My sister Emily was trapped in a loveless marriage arranged to merge two prominent families, her vibrant spirit dimming day by day. We were birds in a golden cage, each bar forged with $1 million promise. The question wasn't if we'd break, but when, and who would dare to fly. As I grew older, those subtle hints of tension festered into open, yet unacknowledged wounds. My parents, who had once held hands in old photographs, now lived separate, perfectly civil lives under the same roof, communicating only through assistance or passive aggression at dinner parties. Their relationship wasn't just strained, it was a ghost haunting every room, reminding us of the emptiness that money often created rather than filled. I saw the impossible situations where wealth didn't just fail to solve problems, it actively made them worse. When Michael confessed his dream to be a wilderness photographer, away from the boardroom, my father's reaction was explosive. "You disgrace the family name. Do you know what we have sacrificed for you?" he roared, the accusation echoing through the marble halls. Michael retreated, his spirit crushed, taking solace in destructive habits that only spiraled further. Money bought him access to the best rehabs, but it couldn't buy him peace or a father's acceptance. For me, the pivotal moment came during one of our elaborate charity galas. I was 22, freshly graduated, expected to take my place in the family empire. I watched my mother, resplendent in diamonds, accept accolades for a foundation she barely managed, her eyes darting nervously towards my father, desperate for his approval. Then, across the room, I saw Emily. She was laughing, a bright, unburdened laugh, with a man who was clearly not her husband. It was a fleeting, private moment, a spark of the real Emily I hadn't seen in years. But then her husband's hand landed on her arm, possessive, drawing her back into the societal dance. Her smile vanished. In that instant, I saw it all: the beautiful lie, the suffocating expectations, and the quiet deaths of joy. And I knew, with a chilling certainty, that if I stayed, that would be my fate too. My disillusionment wasn't just growing, it was fully formed, a stark, painful truth. That night, lying awake in my opulent bedroom, the silk sheets feeling like shackles, I made a choice that felt utterly seismic. I couldn't be another gilded ghost. I had to break free. The true cost of this burden wasn't just emotional, it was spiritual. It was stealing our souls, one perfectly manicured generation at a time. The resistance was immediate and fierce. When I told my parents I wouldn't be joining the family business, that I wanted to pursue a career in environmental advocacy, a passion born from our protected lands, but one they deemed utterly frivolous, my father's fury was a cold, cutting storm. "You will embarrass us. You will squander everything." My mother's disappointment was quieter, more insidious, a slow bleed of passive-aggressive comments about my phase and my poor choices. My trust funds were frozen, my credit cards canceled. Suddenly, the world that had always catered to my every whim became terrifyingly indifferent. For the first time, I had to consider rent, groceries, a bus schedule. It was terrifying, exhilarating. My first tangible step towards independence was moving into a small, sun-drenched apartment on the other side of the city. No maid, no chef, no valet. Just me, a stack of bills, and a fiercely burning determination to define success on my own terms. The journey was brutal. I took on internships, worked minimum wage jobs, and poured every ounce of my inherited work ethic into a cause I believed in. There were countless nights I doubted myself, countless moments I wanted to give in to the comfortable pull of my old life. I faced skepticism, ridicule from old acquaintances, and the constant, nagging fear of failure. But with every small victory, a successful grant application, a community meeting galvanized, a real impact made, I felt a quiet satisfaction I'd never known in the shadow of my family's grandeur. My empire wasn't built on stocks and bonds, but on advocacy, on building sustainable solutions for vulnerable communities. I learned to navigate bureaucracy, to lead a team, to celebrate small wins. The resilience I forged in those years was my true inheritance. I learned strategic choices weren't just about maximizing profit, they were about maximizing impact. I remember one particular moment standing on a muddy riverbank, helping volunteers plant trees to prevent erosion. My hands dirty, my boots caked. A local farmer, his face weathered but kind, clasped my hand and thanked me, truly thanked me for saving his land. In that moment, the hollow grandeur of inherited fortune, the endless galas and the empty toasts felt a million miles away. This was real, this was earned, and it was mine. Today, years later, I run my own successful nonprofit, one that makes a tangible difference in the world. I still see my family, though our interactions are often fraught. Michael eventually found his peace, not in a camera, but in quiet sobriety, a path he forged on his own terms. Emily, inspired by my own rebellion, eventually found the courage to leave her unhappy marriage, albeit at great personal cost. Our relationships are evolving, slowly, painfully, into something more honest, less performative. My definition of success is no longer tied to a dollar amount or a family name. It's in the ripple effect of the change I create, the genuine connections I make, the quiet pride of building something from the ground up, fueled by purpose, not obligation. The burden of immense wealth had once threatened to crush me, but it ultimately led me to a greater understanding of true fulfillment. It showed me that the most enduring legacy isn't inherited. It's built, brick by brick, with courage, conviction, and the unwavering belief in your own true self. And that, for me, is the greatest victory of all. If this story resonated with you, if it made you think about your own definitions of success and freedom, please let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I love hearing your perspectives. And before you go, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss another deep dive into the human heart. Thank you for listening.